everybody, this is Pastor Bonnie, and I'm so excited. I just got these paints in the mail today, and they are from Amazon. There's 50 colors. I only got them for like $34, so I'm really excited to open the box. So I thought I'd take it with me and show you. But you can see there's lots and lots of different colors, and these are the 2-ounce sizes. So we're going to be working on a new painting today with lots of new colors, but I thought you'd like to see this. So these are, normally I buy these in Walmart and they're $2 a bottle, so that's a huge savings. So we will get started in just a little bit. What I'm going to do is we're going to be making a really simple flower design, and I'll show you. I picked a bunch of colors. It was so much fun just picking them out of the box. So we got cosmos and purple, and we have pale purple, and then actually maybe I'll just show you as I go because there's too many of them. But what I'm going to do is we're going to do the background first. We're going to do the background first, and we just have white, sand yellow, and sky blue. So what I'm going to do, we just put little globs on the canvas. I like to use 8x10s. These actually work really good. As you guys, these have like a little plastic thing inside. No wonder the paint wasn't coming out. So let me fix that, and we'll be back. I got the little plastic things out, and actually that's really nice because it protects them. And then we're just going to put little globs, just little dots, and it's going to be random. I always tell you guys, I don't know myself how this is going to come out, but that's half the fun, and it is so joyful. It's a Saturday today, and my husband's gone and done the shopping, so it's nice and quiet, which is what I love to do these. And we will see how this comes out. So you can see it's just little blobs of color, and then I'm going to use a palette knife and kind of just spread it around on the canvas. And I want to get texture going. That's why we like to use that. And then I'm going to use a fan brush to kind of spread it. So here's our fan brush. We're just going to kind of work it in. No rhyme or reason, because this is going to be the background anyway. I think, you know what, you guys, I'm going to turn it this way, go the long way. I always change my mind. I gotta just adjust this a little bit, you guys, so we can get it even there. So I also have modeling paste. I'm gonna put this on the canvas because I want to get some texture, so kind of just glob it. Like I said, no rhyme or reason. And this will pick up the color or whatever you're using, so it looks white, but it'll actually pick it up. So we're gonna go back and put just a, I actually don't want as much of that. I'm gonna do white so I could tone it down a little. And then we're just gonna smooth it in. And we just need a little more. So it's like I said, there's no rhyme or reason. I hope you guys are having a great weekend. This is just something really peaceful to do that brings a lot of joy. And I always tell you guys, I'm here for your prayer requests if you have any. I'm an ordained minister, so I'm always here for you. in our channel, I like to do uplifting stories while we do the painting and just really enjoy spending the time together. I actually had a cool thing happen. The Lord woke me up with the idea to do this stuff. He said you need to bring small groups of people together for fellowship and fun. So he likes us to have fun too. That's just what I wanted. And I'll turn it this way so you can see it. See all the texture. So we're going to put it aside and let it dry a little bit, and I'll be back. We're going to add some greenery. So I've got the forest green, and then we have green, and we have grass green. So it's really fun. Like I said, it's just really fun having all the different colors and the different shades. So what I'm going to do is just put them on my paper plate. I love these because I can just throw them out, and everything's all about easy. I have a cup of water here with me, and I always put my paint brushes in there to soak because acrylic paint will dry really fast. So then what I'm going to do is we're going to use this palette knife, and then I'm just going to start with the dark first, and we're just going to make some stems. So I'm just kind of cutting it in. I kind of want it to look like a bouquet of flowers, and we'll see. Like I said, I don't know myself what this is going to look like. But you can see every little bit that you add just adds a lot to it. It's just really neat. So I think what I'll do is we're going to do some little lacy leaves. This will look totally different when it's done. Actually, I think I'm going to use the fan brush for this part. Yeah, that's more what I was looking for. What I want to do is I'm going to put the dark in the background, and then you go from dark to light. And it's purposely wet because that's what, you know, it kind of blends in the colors a little bit. And this will, like I said, this will look totally different when it's done. But you can see already, every bit adds. Just rinse the brush out. I keep this towel underneath, it just makes it easy. And then we're going to do the same thing with a little bit lighter colors. So we're going to do, the next one is this one. I can't wait to do the flowers. Those are the best part. It's kind of winter time where I am. I don't know where it is where you guys are, but here we still have about 2 feet of snow on the ground. So this is kind of like giving myself a dose of spring. Just tidy up. This is a little tiny fan brush. So I kind of want to just get some little tiny sprigs of green in here. And like I was saying, you guys, it's just so fun this time of year to work on something pretty because we can't get outside yet and enjoy the flowers. But I am anxious for spring. I have to admit, March and January are my least favorite months. And then I'm going to do the light green. It's kind of like new. So you can see you kind of mix all the colors. It's all random, but it all adds. Isn't that pretty, you guys? I'll tell you, it's just nice post-COVID, getting out around people, and I'm getting ready to go to church on Sunday and sing and hug people, and I'm telling you, I don't take that for granted anymore. And then, see? So we are getting there. So I'm going to stop it because I want to get some new colors. I'm going to start the flowers and I'll be there. So I'm sorry that this is jiggling, but I have all kinds of pretty colors I'm going to show you. So these are the flowers we're going to be doing. And these. So I think I'm going to start with this blue cerulean. So we're just going to put some on our plate. And then I think I'm going to use this little guy. And you scrape it off the back, and the paint works pretty good. And like I said, you guys, I honestly don't even know what this is going to look like. I just know I'm having fun creating a little garden. That's actually one of my favorite things to do. I love to get my hands in the dirt. And I love the smell of it. I love listening to the birds. And the Bible talks about that all of creation speaks of the Lord. So it's like he talks to us through his creation, which is really cool. I'm going to put some little specks down here that are kind of like flower petals. I'm going to try the long palette knife, and we're going to try to do some little tiny daisies. Yeah, that works out really great. It's really fun. I love doing the palette knife technique. It's just really relaxing to do. And it kind of gives you little different petals. The white's going to be a little bit harder to see, but it still adds to it. I think I'll just we'll just scatter a few of them in there. But these are really simple, you guys. Anybody can do these. That's why I love to show people how to do it, because you're not really drawing anything. You're just using the palette knife to add texture onto the canvas. I'm glad we got all the grasses in first, because then now the flowers show up better. Isn't that beautiful, you guys? Sometimes I like to walk up and down the hall, and I'll set my timer for 15 minutes and I'll talk to the Lord, and he gives me the coolest ideas. He'll drop pictures in my mind, or he'll tell me color combinations. And I have a website called Dragonfly Corners, and it's at Etsy.com. And some of my designs have gone all over the world. Some of them are super, super popular designs that I never would have thought of. And that's the cool part when you know the Lord. He'll talk to you, and he's personal about the things in your life that you care about. So I encourage you, if you don't know Jesus, it's not about church, and it's about relationship with him. You know, it's about getting to know the Son of God. And all you gotta do is say, "Dear Jesus, I just want to get to know you, and I pray you forgive me of my sins and make yourself real." It's just as simple as that. Boy, and I'll tell you, I met him when I was 16 years old. My life has never been the same. Been the most incredible journey. See, guys? You can see the textures. So we're going to put this really pretty purple for the next one. Purple is my most favorite color. Oh my goodness, isn't that pretty? And then I'm going to use the round palette knife. We'll see what this one does. These petals will be bigger. And I want to just do I like the paint showing underneath. This paint's a little thinner. Sometimes I use the really thick, expensive paint, but this is actually working out pretty good. I think I just have to not push down quite so hard. Yeah, that's actually really kind of pretty. It shows it underneath. And then I'm going to do the same thing again. We're going to take the little tiny fan brush. Put some purple. I don't want a lot because it's such a bright purple, it'll overtake it. And I actually want, just if you turn the brush sideways, you can do little dots like that and it makes little tiny flowers. Isn't that pretty, you guys? Like I said, every little bit that you add just adds a lot more to it. See? As we go, I'm going to take my little fan, this is the little tiny fan brush, and I want to just kind of put some little tiny, all the colors I use, I'm going to do this with. Because it kind of weaves it into the flowers. But when I was a little girl, we used to go out in the field and pick wildflowers for my mother. She used to love wildflowers. It was her favorite. So I would go out and I would go get into the mud puddles and try to find frogs and tadpoles and frog eggs. And then I would pick all kinds of pretty flowers for my mother. And she just loved the bouquets. She loved the childlike love behind it. Little tiny flowers, and this is just a regular paintbrush. So we're going to put some magenta on our plate. You can see it makes a big mess. See that, you guys? Oops, I didn't mean to bump it. So what we're going to do, I just make 4 little dots. And you can put them any place you want. But it's just a dot, 4 of them next to each other. I'm going to go back and put the little centers on them when we get done. But this part is what we're doing now. Add a little more of the blue, the cerulean, just to give it a little more pop of color. I think I'll put a little white over it. And then I want some pink, but I'm going to do a little bit lighter shade of pink. And this is the Cosmos. So we're going to do the same technique with the little 4 dots. But I kind of want like, you know how flowers are kind of grouped together? That's what I'm looking for. Just a cluster of them. And then we're going to take our fan brush. Yeah, see? Doesn't that add a pretty pop when you do that? We are almost done. I'm going to do a couple little dragonflies. So I want to show you guys how to do that. I love dragonflies, and I think they're something that most people really enjoy. And they're just so pretty and so varied, and they're just kind of amazing, sturdy little bugs. You know, they're really neat. So I'm gonna start with the wings first. So we're gonna just put 4 wings. I like that the blue is showing through. That's exactly what I wanted. I think I'll put a little more white on this one. I kind of have to not push down quite so hard with this paint. It's a little thinner, but it works great. I'll put the description of it in the box, so if you guys want to check it out on Amazon, you can. It's inexpensive and lots of great colors. There, perfect, that's what I wanted. And then I'm gonna do a little fine, tiny little fine brush, and I'm gonna use just the black paint for the body. You can see my little tray is getting messy here. And then I'm gonna do his head first. And then they have 3 sections. I like that the white paint kind of got mixed in a little bit. That's pretty. We'll play with it. And then I want to do little tiny antennas. And I think I probably need to make his wings go out a little bit further because it looks more like a butterfly than a dragonfly. Oh, I guess not. Well, I guess that's what we're gonna have. There. Make his wings a little longer. See, that's the fun part with acrylics. If you do something you don't like, you can go back and fix it. Oops, I didn't mean to get the black, but we're almost done. The last part that I want to do is I want to go back. I'm going to have to fix his body because I bumped it. The last part I want to do is put the little centers of the flowers in. And it's okay with me that his body got a little messed up. That's okay. And I think I'm going to put a tiny little bit of color in the wings. So I think I'm going to do I'm going to take a little tiny bit of the purple and the white and mix it together. Well, it kind of looks more like a butterfly, doesn't it, you guys? That's okay, though. We'll take it. I don't want to keep messing with it because I'll make it worse. And then the last part we're going to do is I'm going to take the orange red, and we're just going to go back and we're going to put some dots in the middle. It kind of just finishes it up. I've so enjoyed spending this time with you guys. I always do. I always tell you guys, you know, you're a big blessing to me. I've had people tell me that they really enjoy these paintings, and it's a joy for me to spend the time with you, and it's just uplifting and encouraging, and we all need a dose of that, don't we? You know, with everything going on in the world. It hasn't been an easy past few years, so we just all really need each other. And I know for myself, I've been really working on being kind to people. You don't know what other people are going through and what they're battling with, and I actually work in I work in a customer industry, and people can be really grumpy and nasty sometimes, you know, and I'm like, what got into you? But then sometimes they'll share their stories, and you realize their people are nervous and afraid, and they don't know what's happening. They don't know really who to turn to and who to trust, and life is overwhelming, and there's, you know, the groceries have gone up, the rent has gone up, people are working hard, some of them are working 2 jobs. So I just try to extend a little bit of grace to people. So I would encourage you to do that too. And you know, God speaks to our hearts about things, and if you keep hearing this little nudge on the inside to do something, I really encourage you just to do it. And I know I actually really have fun with it. I'll just hear the little whisper on the inside, and I'll just instantly obey it. And you know, I don't have to know the outcome really, but it's just something that for me has touched a lot of lives and touches mine in the process. So I would encourage you guys, look for ways you can touch people. And then here is, oops, I got my paintbrush on it. Here's what it looks like. All the pretty colors. I like our little dragonfly. He's got kind of fat wings, but I still like him. And then when this dries, I'll sign it. I always put the link. If you guys want to purchase it, I'll put it in the description box. I sell a ton of these. People just really enjoy them, and I enjoy making them. But I've enjoyed spending this time with you. I hope you have a wonderful day, and just know that God loves you and you're special just the way you are. Just hold it up so you can see it. It's starting to look like a pretty little field of flowers. And I might put a couple dragonflies up here, which I do think I will do that. But I want to finish the flowers first. And I always have so much fun talking to you guys and doing this stuff. It's just always enjoyable. So I really appreciate you taking the time and spending the time with me. So now I want to do just a little bit of yellow. I'm not going to do a lot because I'm going to use the yellow to go put in the little centers of the flowers, but I do want to have just a few little yellow flowers. So I'm going to use this little palette knife. Just have a little tiny pop of yellow. You can't have wildflowers without yellow ones, right? But they really show up. I'm actually doing this in my studio. It is my most happy place in the whole planet. I have like 100 mugs in various stages of production, and I have My cat likes to sleep in here with me, and life is just good. So now it's getting there, you guys. I think what I'm going to do though is I want to put a little more blue so it's a little more dominant, the little blue ones that we started with. So we're going to just add a few more. And you can put them right over on top of each other, which is kind of fun. That's another part of layering it.